Okay, it is Sunday, May 31st. So hopefully I can start making some more videos on a regular basis here now. I'm kind of got some momentum going on this truck finally. All the dents are blocked down. Everything, this bed is ready for primer. The inside, I think I've got it good enough to spray bed liner over. I was tempted to primer it and block it down again as if I was to paint it, but no need to be a perfectionist when you're going to spray bed liner. I mean, this stuff covers up a lot of imperfections. People were sprayed over damaged beds, and it looked okay. I think that will look fine with just bed liner sprayed over top of it. And this side, if you remember, I had a huge dent that I pulled out the best I could. Would have liked to have beaten it out more. But as you can see, you can't really get up in there with a hammer and a dolly to beat that out. So, I'm hoping I can spray this today. The Evercoat Feather Fill is what I'm going to use. And the plan is to spray it down with that, probably 3 or 4 heavy coats. Then I'm going to let it cure for about a week. And I'm going to put a guide coat on it, and I'm going to block it back down with 80 grit. If everything looks good, I'll give it some surface primer, and that will be blocked down with 180, another couple coats of surface primer, and that will be ready for final sanding and painting on the bed. So I'm going to go ahead and take the bed off because I want to be able to paint up inside of here and everything. I think I'm going to paint the bed. I may paint the bed first, I don't know, before I do the rest of the truck. A lot of these parts are going to be painted separate and then assembled. And the plan is we're going to do a two-tone. Silver in the middle, black on top, black on bottom. The stripe will be right about here. From the factory, they got a tape stripe right about here. I'm going to do tape stripes. I thought about painting, but I think I'm just going to do tape stripes. If it goes bad and I don't like it, I can always come back and when I have time and do a paint stripe. You can always tape that off, sand it, and do that. And that'll be, a very small amount of painting. But I want to paint it disassembled just to keep from having to cover so much stuff up, especially like the bed and stuff, because I got the frame and floor looking so good on it. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off today. If I don't have to use reducer, I'll spray it today. If I find out it's not going to spray good and I need reducer, I will have to wait and pick up some stuff on the way home tomorrow, because this is Sunday. I could probably go to Home Depot, because that takes acetone, it says, to mix it with. I could probably go there, but with all the guideline crap going on, I only want to go into Home Depot. So there's a little place that's on my way home from work that sells body work and sandpaper and car stuff is the name of it. So I'll probably stop. I like going in there. They're all relaxed about all this stuff that's going on, and usually not a lot of people in there. So I'm going to go that route. And as far as racing goes, they did race this weekend. A couple weekends ago they was going to try it, but they got rained out. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do. I'm kind of liking the momentum I've got on this truck. So, I don't know, I may sit it out at least until I get some color. If I can get some color on it, then some racing in between working on this truck might be doable. But when you're doing body work and painting and taping off, and you got to cover everything up and then do it and then put everything back in the garage, it's kind of hard to go racing and do all that. So maybe that'll be the go. Maybe I'll take the whole summer off from it and get this thing done. I don't know. But this truck was taken apart 10 years ago. It's time to get it done. Matter of fact, time for me to stop talking. I'm going to do a couple startups. We'll start the Trino up. Haven't started it in 3 weeks. Haven't started this in months. Hopefully it will start. That says fully charged, but I don't like this charger. It sat on there all night. When I hooked it up last night, the battery percentage was 49%. And it came out this morning, it said 52. And I jiggled these around, and now it says maintaining battery fully charged. We'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and get the bolts out of the bed. And then we're going to start this up, pull it out. We'll pull the Trino out, put it behind the garage, way in the back of the property, so I don't get any overspray if I get to spray. So let's do some startup action here. Okay, hour later, the bed's unbolted. Didn't take too long to unbolt it, but what did take me, it's been more than an hour. Took me at least just an hour alone, maybe more, to find these. Had to turn pretty much the garage upside down. Looked everywhere. Finally, I found them. I'm not even going to tell you where they were because it's embarrassing. But that's what happens when you take something apart 10 years ago, work on it for a few years, let it sit for a couple years, work on it for a few more years, let it sit for a couple years, which there was never a solid year on this thing. If I did nothing but work on this thing for a year, it'd have been done. But, okay, I'm going to see if she'll start up. Hopefully my battery charger isn't lying to me. And we'll see what happens. Unplug this. See, it used to not do that. Might have a few glow plugs not working, I'm not sure. I did test them. Probably don't need to, we'll let it warm up. So, yeah, it wasn't bad as long as it sat. Glow plugs are working. What I do like is ever since I took the turbo apart for the second time, little blue smoke, that's normal for sitting a couple months and being cold. And this is 94 technology, but yeah, it used to smoke really bad. I found out those tension rings, I think, were leaking in the turbo. Get some heat in the engine. If I was able to drive it down the road, I'm pretty sure that smoke would quit altogether. So, pull outside. Okay, 3 or 4 hours later, finally got it all primered up. Ran into a few snags, maybe take a little longer than I thought. And I did find some reducer. I got urethane reducer will work with this stuff here. I don't really want to touch it now because I just got out of the shower. Had overspray all over me. But I use the Evercoat Feather Fill for my first coating of primer when it goes over, especially a lot of body work like I did. And as you can see, you can still see like little hail dents here and here, but that's what the first coat of filler primer is for. At least I do. Some people, more experienced body guys, can probably rough it in closer than I can. But I rough it in like what I've been doing all week, and then I spray it heavy with this filler primer, and then I block the primer down. I'll spray a guide coat, and you see these 36 grit scratches. I'll keep sanding until I get them out. If you have to go too deep, you have to spray more primer or fix it and use a finer sandpaper with some kind of filler. But that's usually the way I do it, and it will turn out fine in the end. And the inside of the bed compared to what it was, it's not perfect, of course, but a lot better. And oh yeah, and I lied. I said I was going to not spray it in primer. I decided to go ahead and cover it because I didn't know how long all this was going to take, and since I had it freshly sanded and there was some bare metal there and I'd sanded the surface rust off, I just wanted to cover it. That way, no matter what happens and if something else gets in the way, at least it's covered and it won't rust up again. So yeah, you can see them tops. Still got some block sanding to do, but that's just all part of the process. So I guess I'll call this a video, and I'm gonna give this about a week to cure. And I think hopefully throughout the week I'm going to fix the dent on top of that roof. Maybe I'll even start that tomorrow after work. I'm not sure. Kind of dreading going back to work after being off all week. But alright, there it is. Thanks for watching.